Hello, this is James. I am the owner of Cedar Rapids Web Design, and throughout the month of March, I am going to be doing a video series called What is a Web Technology Company? And the reason that I want to do this video series is because I tell a lot of people about Cedar Rapids Web Design, and I tell them, we are a web technology company, and they don't always know exactly what that means. So I thought I would take some time to really explain in detail what a web technology company is and what we mean when we say web technologies. So this first video is going to be kind of an overview. I'm going to basically talk about what is a web technology company from a sort of a 50,000 foot view. And then in following videos throughout the month of March, I'll talk more about some specific web technologies that we deal with here at Cedar Rapids Web Design. So, if you do a Google search for web technology, you will likely see a bunch of stuff that you're not interested in, quite frankly. This example right here from Mozilla.org, a company that makes Firefox, a very popular web browser. They basically just list a bunch of programming languages as web technologies, JavaScript, web APIs, and then some graphic formats, things like that. And these things, I'm not going to go into any of this stuff because you don't really care. When we say web technology, we're actually talking about more of a broader sense. We're not talking about specific programming languages that developers use to create things like apps and websites and whatnot. We're talking about things like WordPress, HubSpot, MailChimp, Stripe, PayPal, contact forms, web hosting, the things that, various apps that work on the internet and they require, internet connection to work, and things that are pretty common in websites. You see pretty much every website you go to probably has a contact form on it. That's a web technology. There's things involved in making that work. If you've ever signed up for a newsletter on a website, they probably are using something like MailChimp or Constant Contact. The website was built with some sort of builder, likely, perhaps WordPress or something else. And of course, every website needs web hosting in order to work. If you've ever purchased something from a website, they're probably using something like Stripe or PayPal on the back end to accept credit card payments. And so that is what we mean when we say that we are a web technology company. It means that we deal with all those sorts of technologies and we make them work. I know that one struggle that a lot of people have when they go with a sort of a DIY approach to their website, maybe they're using one of these drag and drop website builders, is they seem to be able to get a basic website up without a whole lot of problem, but then a lot of times they get stuck with things like, integrating MailChimp. Maybe they want to use MailChimp to collect people's email addresses and send out a newsletter, things like that. And it starts saying things like you need to go to MailChimp and get your API key, and they don't know what that is or how to find it. And so a lot of people just get lost trying to integrate their website with various other web technologies. And so that's why we call ourselves a web technology company. That's what we deal with. We don't just build a website, right? We also need to make sure that the contact form works correctly and that it integrates with whatever email provider you're using, whether you're using, Google's G Suite or Office 365 or some other email platform. That contact form is going to need to be integrated with that. Whatever you're using for CRM, maybe you're using like HubSpot, or something else to keep track of your client or customer data. And that might need to be integrated into the website. If you're selling products and you need to accept credit card payments, maybe you're not even selling a product, maybe you're just selling a subscription to your blog, anything that requires payment, all sorts of things that we are able to take care of and integrate with a website to make sure that the website is working for you and helping you accomplish whatever it is that your goal is. Whenever you create a brand new website, the goal should never just be to have a website just because it seems to be the cool thing to do. When you create a website, you should have a specific goal in mind. And there are many web technologies out there that will help you achieve that goal, whether it's lead generation or data collection or selling a product, whatever that goal is. There's a web technology out there to help you achieve the goal. In fact, whatever your goal is, there's probably 10 different web technologies that will do what you need. For instance, there's MailChimp and there's Constant Contact. Which one's better? For 90% of the people, it doesn't really matter which one you use, but they each might have one little feature here and there that the other one doesn't, that might make it a better fit for someone. And that's part of what a web technology company is there for, is to help you figure out which web technologies you need to accomplish your goals, and then making those web technologies actually integrate and work properly with your website. So that's basically it for this video. That's just sort of a description, an overall general description of what a web technology company is, what we mean when we say web technology. We're not talking about programming languages. We're talking about basically apps that help you accomplish goals and tasks. In future videos, I'm going to talk more specifically about some of these things. I'm going to talk about, what is web hosting? What are the different kinds of web hosting? What kind of web hosting do you need? What sort of features and perks should you expect when picking a hosting plan, things like that. In another video, we're going to talk about what is a CMS, what is a content management system. Just to briefly touch on that. WordPress is a content management system, and it's the most popular content management system. It's used by a little over 30% of all the websites in the world are built on WordPress. So we're going to talk about what is a content management system, and whether or not you need one for your website. And we'll talk about lots of other things. We'll probably talk about a little bit about SEO. That's probably I could probably talk all day about SEO, honestly, but we'll make sure to touch on that. SEO is search engine optimization, how to optimize your website so that it has the best possible chance of showing up in a Google search. So lots of things that we'll be able to talk about throughout the month of March regarding web technologies. And so stay tuned. We're going to be trying to upload a video at least every Friday throughout March, and possibly even maybe 2 videos some weeks, just because there's a lot that we could talk about, honestly, regarding web technologies. And who knows, maybe this will even go into April. We'll just kind of see how it goes. If you have something that you would like me to talk about with regards to web technologies, leave a comment wherever you're watching this video. If you're watching it on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, whatever, leave a comment, and maybe it'll make it into the video series. So thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful, and I look forward to diving deeper into web technologies in the future. See ya.